Shade 45, I'm here with Cole Robinson, the snake diet, the dude that says, what's up, fatty? What's my man say? How he say it? Hit that button.
Hey, fatty.
Hey, fatty, there you go. What's up, Cole Robinson? How you doing?
How's it going, man?
Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on here. Can you bring him up a little bit so I can hear him better? Thanks. All right, so tell me about this. How did you come up with the snake diet?
So basically, I used to be a fitness trainer, and I was training a lot of women that had a bunch of fucking food addictions, and I got sick and tired of seeing that be a problem when you're training them. And then I challenged a girl one time to a fast. So that basically essentially was not eating anything. And this was before I even knew fasting was healthy. I didn't even fucking care. It was for self-development. And so then I did it with her, and then I seen some awesome results just after the first long fast I did, and then I continued doing it and just kept amping it up. Soon I did 10 days, 7 days, no water, no food. And then, yeah, I just started helping tons of fat people lose crazy amounts of weight.
So what is the basic philosophy behind the snake diet?
So basically, what people are fucking brainwashed into believing that they need to eat. And they don't understand that body fat, like your body fat, like, their fat fucking gut, that's food. Okay? Like just like a grizzly bear when it hibernates, it's food. And what'll happen is when you sustain from food for long enough, your body will get into a situation where it starts breaking down this body fat, and then you're just literally chewing on pure body fat, and you'll lose weight like crazy.
And now, what's the snake juice that you have?
Okay, so when I very first started fasting, I actually started eating. I was doing like some 48-hour fasts, lots of one meal a days, and I was eating like in a really tight eating window, like say about an hour, and then I'd do like a 48 sometimes on the weekends. And then what I did, one time I pushed it to about 3 days, and I was drinking fresh water. And on the third day, I went to the gym, and I was lightheaded as fuck. And then I started reading about just electrolytes and potassium and sodium. And then what I did is I basically went to the grocery store and bought some potassium chloride powder. And for anyone that wants to know, that would be called like no salt or salt-free, it's called. There's other versions of it. And then some Himalayan pink salt. I just mixed it up in some water. And then what happened was I could drink that salt water, that snake juice, and it made me able to fast way longer and feel fine. Because I was just getting low on electrolytes when I was drinking the plain water, right?
Yeah.
And that's how that started.
All right, so that's where the snake juice comes from.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, it was actually an 8-day. I did an experiment one time where I actually deliberately got fat. Like I got up to about 186 pounds, and then I was drinking the salt water for 8. Go ahead.
Was that fun? Getting fat?
It wasn't bad. Getting fat? No, actually. When you're used to fasting all the time, you feel like fucking shit when you're trying to force feed to gain weight. Because you get so used to the lifestyle that you literally feel like shit when you start to try to eat extra just to put on that weight.
I'm looking at the results, and I'm looking at a lot of pictures, and it's pretty impressive. I'm seeing a lot of people that have lost a lot of weight using your technique.
Yeah, so the one girl...
The one chick there's a couple that are were fuckable before and after. It didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's some good-looking people I help for sure, but then, they want to take it to that next level, and they want to, cut that last 10 pounds and be sexy as fuck, right? They just want to amp their life up and even feel sexier and better about themselves. So anybody can do it. I even help people with cancer that are underweight. I help really sick people that actually are underweight, and I got them on certain fasting routines where we can still fast for long periods of time. But when we do refeed, we refeed big. So then we maintain their weight. But the fasting aspect basically just fucking kills everything. It's unbelievable.
So, and this is common with many religions. This is fasting isn't anything.
Ramadan, Muslim religion, yeah.
Yeah, Ramadan. The Jewish.
Used to be common with every religion, even Christianity. But the thing is, nowadays, there's tons of Christians in the States, but fuck, they've mainstreamed the religion so much that nobody fucking fasts anymore. If you go back to the olden times, they were still fasting like crazy. And in fact, when they couldn't explain the science, a lot of the crazy stories they talk about actually were fasting when people get into ketosis, like fasting forced ketosis.
What's
And, like,
ketosis?
that's how it happened. Like, there was no science to back it up, but they would fast.
What is ketosis?
So basically, that's when what I was talking about. So
When it starts
what'll
eating
happen,
the
like,
shit.
let's just, what's that? Sorry.
Ketosis is when the fat starts eating itself. Is that ketosis?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now but the thing is though, there's a ketogenic diet, which is different. You're eating food that's low carb to try to get in ketosis, which takes forever. And then there's what I promote, which is fasting forced ketosis. And say if you started a fast today, and I'm like, okay, Jude, start drinking this fucking salt water. What you do, you go to the store, you buy some ketone strips, and when you piss on these strips, if they show some good color, it usually takes about 48 hours maximum. Then at that point, you're roasting body fat when you show ketones in your urine. And that's what ketosis is when you're using fat for fuel. But we're using body fat for fuel. That's why I call it the ketogenic body fat diet as a joke, because we're not using fucking bacon grease as fuel here. We're using our own body fat. So that's why we're losing so much weight.
Cole, let me just let you know that I am on board with this. I think that fasting, I don't do it myself, but I used to do it back in the day, and I would fast once a day every week, and I actually did feel good doing it.
Well, you should see, like, even if there's some listeners listening now, like, that have type 2 diabetes, like, I've reversed so many cases of type 2 diabetes, it's not even funny, and I'm talking quick. I'm talking people had a fucked up liver, because type 2 diabetes is not fucking genetic, okay? It's just people that are just fat pigs and can't stop eating, and they get a fatty liver via, you'll have, like, non-alcoholic liver disorders where it's just from eating too much sugar. And when I get them fasting, their liver will heal up, and what will happen is their blood sugar will correct itself, and they'll actually get to the point where they could handle a sugar load again down the road without having crazy high blood sugar. Because what it is this liver resistance to insulin, and that's why people end up with type 2 diabetes, because their liver is so fatty, and that's how you heal it with the fasting. I have guys go 40 days on that snake juice, and he lost 60 pounds, and he was a type 2 diabetic. And it was like we cured him that quick. It's easy to cure.
Your Instagram is snake_diet_wizard, and then you got snakediet.com. I'm looking. Scroll through the pictures for me, John. John, don't even worry about the phones. Just
there's one girl there. I'll tell her story. It's pretty crazy. Her name's Samantha. She's actually from Alberta, Canada, same as where I'm from, and I've been helping her. And she lost 200 pounds in a year.
damn.
And I don't think, and that's with no exercise.
What do you do with all that skin?
37 years old.
200 pounds, Jesus Christ.
So she's losing about 18 pounds a month, and she literally did nothing.
How many days would she have to fast?
Sorry?
How many days was she fasting per month?
So she was mostly doing 48s and 72s.
So
And then she'd do some long ones, like, 5-6 days. And she did do a 30-day straight recently, right at the end when she was pretty much down all the weight.
Damn.
She did 30 days in a row. But, like, anybody could, if you do, like, 72-hour fast, 48-hour fast, and you're a fat ass, and you're doing these small these tiny little refeeds, when you feel like death, like you don't refeed unless you feel like you're like death, and then you have a small refeed and keep it going, and you can lose, like, you'll lose anywhere from a half a pound of fat to 2 pounds or 1.5 pounds a day. Like, we're Weight Watchers. People are paying $60 a fucking month to lose like a pound a week. Like, it's the biggest scam in the world.
All right, so I hear you, Cole. I think you're onto something. My producer John thinks that you are a sham.
Well, Cole, I mean, you're not a doctor, right?
So here's the thing. So I always
I'm being serious. Are you a doctor? I mean, this sounds dangerous. You're having these people starve themselves, so of course they're going to lose weight initially.
So here's the thing, though. Like, fat people can't starve. Because, like, that's the thing. People don't understand their food. Like, you know how many doctors I'm helping? Like, you know how many? I actually got doctors with like 8 years of school that are coming to me for coaching on metabolism and fasting because
Cole, I seriously, name one doctor that agrees with you. I mean,
Name one fat person that's starved.
Actually, I'll say, okay, Jason Fung. He's out of Ontario. He's actually probably the biggest fasting guru right now in Canada.
I didn't say fasting guru. I said a doctor who went to school to heal people.
No, he's a doctor. He's a nephrologist. He's
A what?
a nephrologist. He's actually wrote books. He's wrote the Obesity Code. His name's Jason Fung.
All right, I'll check him out.
Like, this is all over the internet.
He was talking
Like,
big
if you
shit.
actually
Yo,
look up-
Cole,
if you
he,
look-
John
go
was
ahead.
talking. You was talking way bigger shit than this, John.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think this is a good idea for anybody. First of all, I mean, you talk about curing diabetes, you talk about sort of cleansing your liver of toxins, and that's a huge red flag right there, Cole, that you're saying, okay.
Why is that a red flag?
Well, because that's bullshit. You don't clear your liver of toxins. That's what it's made for.
No. Like, your liver will get fatty because when you start to get fat, your liver will get insulin resistant because you actually develop fatty liver syndrome. This is why drunks have fucked up livers. This is what people aren't born with type 2 diabetes. It's created. There's no genetics there. You create it with that fucking diet. Does that make sense? Like, you can reverse, like, type 1's different because that's an insulin situation where your pancreas doesn't produce insulin anymore. But type 2 diabetes is essentially just fucking being fat. That's it. Like, almost every single fat person has type 2 or pre-type 2 diabetes, and they don't even know it. I can prove it, though, so
All right, Cole.
them.
But really, but the moment you stop starving yourself and you start eating again, you're going to gain the weight back. This is not a
Hey, here's the
sustainable
thing.
diet,
So-
Cole.
Okay, that's a good question. It's
It's not a
because what
question.
happens-
It's a fact, Cole. And I'm not a doctor.
because you don't-
I
you
just
don't
did a little
stop
research
eating
on it. It's
forever.
not hard.
You don't stop eating forever. You cut the fucking weight, and then once you get down to where you're lean, then what you do is you still fast, but you're eating maintenance. Like, I've been doing this for 2 years where I eat, like, I'm a lean guy, and I eat full calorie count every day, or every second day if I'm going to eat a large meal, but I'm not starving at all. I'm eating full calorie count. It's all about eating frequency once you get lean. Eating multiple meals a day is the worst thing you can do because it just spikes the fuck out of your insulin and creates crazy inflammation.
No,
That's
again,
why people
what you
on
do
statins
is you
for
eat,
cholesterol
you
issues.
lead a healthy lifestyle and then have a decent diet. You don't starve yourself.
John, what is your diet? You're extremely thin.
Yeah, I don't eat. And guess what?
All
I
right,
don't gain
so-
weight.
so
I'm
it's
not healthy.
You're literally,
I'm
you're
not
literally
healthy.
a fucking. You're
What is your height
thin.
and weight?
You're thin. You don't eat. You're kind of proving his fucking point.
Yeah, I'm still alive,
Well, here's the thing.
but I'm not
The thing
thriving.
is, though, if you go back to, like, just looking around you for a sec, everybody's fucking fat. So if the mainstream experts are so fucking smart, nobody would be fat if they're following the healthy living, multiple meal a day, clean eating bullshit. It's guys like me that are getting results because results talk, bullshit walks. And, like, you can look, I get results like out the ass. That's why I'm on the phone with you right now. That's fucking what counts. Fucking results.
I got it. Look, I've done these fasts before, and I've lost weight, and I've kept the weight off,
For
for a long time. Like, I'm telling you, I have in New York.
How long did you
The
not
longest I went was 10 days,
eat? What?
and then I went
Here's
7
a really
days.
good example for the listeners that dumb this down even. So let's say you were eating a large, like a pizza each day. Let's say you maintained your weight. So let's say, Jude, you're, I don't know what do you weigh, Jude?
Man, I'm like 160 right now or something. Like,
Okay, so let's say we make a pizza that we eat that pizza 6 slices, so every 3 hours every day, and we make a pizza that's the same every day where you maintain the 160 when we weigh you in the morning, okay?
Okay.
So we're eating a slice every 3 hours, and that maintains your body weight. Now, if you took that whole pizza, same calories, everything the same, and you pack that pizza into a 1 hour eating window, you will lose fucking weight. That proves right there your metabolism actually got cranked up from the fasting. Because now we could actually eat more food because you're going to be losing weight eating the same pizza, but all we did was fuck with the eating frequency. This is what happened to me. When I started this, I didn't change anything. I was eating the same food. All as I did is I just took all my food and I started packing it into a 2 hour eating window, and then I started losing weight like crazy. Same fucking food.
So
Exact
you're
same amount
saying
of food.
you're just saying that people are just fat asses and they need to stop eating so much.
So, yeah, well, the thing is they're never, when you eat multiple meals a day, you can never beat food addiction. And that's what I do. I motivate people to beat food addiction. Because what will happen is that first 48-hour fast or however long people go, it's a bitch. Especially I've had coffee addicts that, like, literally, like, they're puking sometimes because they're having such bad withdrawals, which just goes to show how fucking bad coffee is. Anything you have withdrawals from is fucking trash when you take it away from your body. And you get to that 48-hour stage, and all of a sudden you feel like this euphoria because you just forced the ketosis with the fasting. And then you actually you've got through that sugar issue. Because it all has to do, I don't need to get too much into the science, but it all has to do with your liver glycogen draining in 24 hours. And once you get through that and you make that shift into fat-burning mode from burning sugar, all of a sudden you're like, holy fuck, you're not even hungry. And then that's what happens. Sometimes I'll have people fast, and they'll actually go to refeed after 4 or 5 days, and they don't even want the meal because why would they need the meal? They got 500,000 calories of body fat on their body they got to burn. Like, we're talking somebody that's 100 pounds overweight. We got, like, 1 pound of body fat's going to give you, like, 1,500 calories, like a pound of actual human body fat because it's not oil. Like, people think it's 3,600. But say about 1,500 times 100, you know, you're talking like 150,000 fucking calories.
What do you say to that?
Just have on your gut.
John, what do you say?
Well, I say that I need to speak to an actual doctor, a scientist who has looked at this diet to, believe any of this shit. The guy's not a doctor.
But understand it's not a diet, though, right? It's
a lifestyle.
It's fasting. It's been around since the Stone Age. Like, that's
starving.
We evolved to fast.
Let me ask you this: what's more natural?
Essential for optimal human health.
John, what do you think is more natural to us as humans? The history of us. A regular meal fucking once every 3 hours, or fucking meals spaced out in long periods of time? Do you think it was that easy for us to get calories like 20,000 years ago?
No,
but I think you could go by and then have a pear, maybe a coconut, and get your food there.
You got a point. So the way you got to remember, though, I'm dealing with people that aren't in a natural state. Because back then, nobody would have been a fat ass. So we got to get a little bit radical to lose the fucking weight. You see, because here's the thing. When people don't lose weight quickly, they get demotivated. That's why people fucking don't. That's why the fucking fat loss industry is massive, and it's a huge scam because nobody gets motivated. Like, I help people for free.
All right.
So right there,
Cole,
like, my intention.
Cole, let's take some calls. Cole's, we got Taboo in Michigan. Go ahead, Taboo.
What up, though? First off, John, you a bitch. And I'm a wrestler, or at least I used to be. Now I coach. And this diet, the steak diet he's talking about, same thing wrestlers and fighters been doing forever, man. And it's the same thing we make the fat kids do when they didn't make weight. You just stop eating for like a day or something like that, and your body starts going at the fat instead of just what you're putting into it. That's why, like, they say just getting rid of fat. And then, I don't know, like, for the most part, like, you know, we, like, once we make weight, then we, like, eat a bunch, like, eat a couple of big meals after that and get our weight back.
Yeah, and essentially, like I say, I'm dealing with people that are in an unnatural state, right? Like, we're dealing with some very obese people. So what happens once people actually get lean down to a natural state where they're actually fucking, like, lean where they should be, then you basically mild back the eating frequency a bit, maybe go to a meal-a-day routine, maybe throw a 48-hour fast in there once a week just for good health measures, because as soon as you're fasting long periods of time, you keep the insulin low. High insulin is the leading cause of inflammation. And if you want to talk about hardened arteries and shit and the cholesterol myth, it's all to do with fucking insulin being spiked up all the time.
All right, let's go to Jason.
What's going on, man?
Go ahead.
Hey, question, Cole. I work out like 4 or 5 times a week, man. I eat like a fucking psycho. But can you work out and fast? Is that
yeah? So
working out?
Like, here's the thing. So it depends where you're at and where you're. Like, you're trying to lose like that last 10 pounds. You don't really get any.
No, I'm a fat. I just maintain. I work out to maintain my fucking gut.
Okay, yeah. So if you're in maintenance, if you're a pretty lean guy, you can almost do like more of a routine that I'm on. Like, you know, you could go a meal a day. Just keep the window tight. Like, we evolved to eat like till we're fucking full too. I might add to this. We're not supposed to eat like a fucking like a tiny little dime-sized meal. Like, that doesn't make sense. You don't gas your car up a sixth of the tank and drive and gas up every 50 miles. You gas the fucking thing up and drive 500 miles straight. And same idea. So what you would do, you just go to like a meal a day routine, watch the scale, feel, and then you could screw around a little more with the macros.
Okay, so you do. So you eat. So you can't fast. You eat a fucking meal a day. That's all. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, as long as like, if you're super lean, obviously you got to get the calories in at that point because you don't want to fucking like. That's when you're actually going to be in true starvation.
This snake
True
diet plan.
is a whole different story than the fat person that's not eating that weighs 400 fucking pounds.
So you're saying this is mostly for this works especially well for extremely overweight people.
Well, yeah, well that's so. That's why I say it's a fasting focused lifestyle because end of the day. Like, I help lean people that have a lot of health issues, too, like acne, fucking skin problems. That shit just disappears.
Hold up, Danny. Hold up, Danny in North Carolina wants to holler at you. Go ahead, Danny.
Sure.
What in the fuck are you talking about, my man? This shit, you're fucking people up, bro. You can't tell people shit to drink fucking Himalayan salt and fucking potassium, and that's going to make you fucking lose weight without fucking your shit up bad, man. You're fucking wrong, dude. It's wrong.
So
that's not.
So here's a good point.
You're going to eat some shit, and you're going to get fat again because your body is saying, I ain't got no fat. So now I need all the fat I can get. Every time you fucking eat.
No, that's not how it works, though, because, like...
Yes, that's just how it works. My dude.
Have you done this?
Have you done this? Physiology book and read that motherfucker, dude. Read it. Read about the fucking endocrine system. You're fucking people shit on.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's exactly why it works. No one knows about the endocrine system properly, and that's the whole fucking problem. They don't understand how insulin works.
Dude, there's nothing that says go get some Himalayan salt, some fucking pink Himalayan salt, and some fucking potassium, and take that shit. You know, tell me this, my man. What the fuck burns to potassium to fall the fuck off out of your fucking pancreas?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that last part. I was breaking up.
You take a bunch of fucking potassium, and you're going to fucking drop your blood sugar out, and you're going to fuck your pancreas up.
No, you won't.
Fuck your liver.
The only time your
blood
sugar, when you're in a healthy state of being, when you're in a healthy state of being, when you're in a healthy state of being, your blood sugar will be completely controlled from glyconeogenesis when you're in a fasted state. The only reason people's blood sugar is fucked up because their liver's fucked, and like glucagon and the fatty liver doesn't control sugar worth of shit.
If you're just tuning in, this is Cole Robinson.
I just got done a 10-day saltwater fast, and I got down to 161 pounds, like truly starving.
And now he's arguing with people. Sean in Savannah, Georgia. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, yeah, what you talking about is like Soleil. Soleil meaning sunlight. That salt water and the clean water, I do that every day with my alkaline water, and it's called Soleil. It has 84 traces of minerals along with other benefits. But starving yourself, come on. I was sick one time, and I was sick, and that didn't help anything. It cuts your appetite anyway. But when I ate, I ate.
See, the problem is, though, that electrolyte drink you got is trash because it doesn't even have close to the amount of freaking minerals that we need here. Like, we're talking.
Hold up, no, that's not true. That's not true because I make my own alkaline water. I make my own. I don't buy your brand.
Just listen for a second. Like, listen to my numbers.
It's not iodine.
If you're fasting, if you're on a prolonged fast, say we're like doing like a long one, like 3 days or longer, you need like depending how big you are, you need like 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams of fucking sodium, and like if you go on the internet right now and look up potassium recommendations on the day, you need like 4,700 milligrams. Your little water doesn't have even close.
I have it in my water.
Not even close.
I have it in my water. But I'm not going to starve myself, dude.
Your water's not even close to the amount of minerals you need.
Are you in good shape?
It cuts your type anyway. It cuts it anyway. So why would you starve yourself? That's stupid.
No, wait. What did she say there?
She said, "Why would you starve yourself? It's stupid."
No, like what I'm trying to say, like this is the whole
feel misunderstood?
Problem. This is where people don't get that they're not starving. Because the fat is fuel. Like a grizzly bear. They don't fucking starve. They eat like a fucking... They're the most extreme version of this. They'd eat like a pig all summer and lay on their ass all winter. What do you think? They're fucking eating all winter? No. They got all the electrolytes and fluid they need to lay... And they're dry fasting. They're not even drinking water. Which that's a whole other conversation. I've done 7-day dry fast. I went 7 days with no food or water at all.
That sounds boring.
To talk about it.
The only reason why I'm not going to go fasting because I like eating for fun. Like eating's fun. Like I like drugs, fucking, and eating.
Right?
Like I like and music. Like what am I gonna do? Go fucking jog? That sounds awful.
That's a lot of the stuff that I get into with people that I help. So it ends up being boredom, just like with having a fucking smoke or doing drugs.
Yeah,
and it ends up being boredom and lack of purpose a lot of times. And then people eat. And then it's so addictive, it just snowballs because most people don't have any fucking purpose because they don't have any balls to speak their mind. And that's why on my big group on Facebook, I make people put up accountability pictures, like stripped down almost to the nub, just to get my help. Because I don't even help people that aren't willing to put pictures up so they get that slap in the face looking at their own body in the fucking mirror before I even waste my time. And then they're motivated. You see, you got to want it. You got to want it. You got to understand. Your body's all you got. Okay? Like, your body is a priceless asset. And people give it away to make even $1 million a year. And they kill their health till they're 50, retire, they think they're going to live the American dream, retire when they're 65, die of a fucking heart attack.
Vanessa and Hayward.
That's where the problem starts.
Okay, wait a minute, hold up. Are we? Because I'm over here listening to you talking right now as if you need to eat one pizza in an hour, and if you eat it in an hour, you're not going to gain as much weight as if you eat it over an extended period of time, because that is not true. This is
exactly.
calories
That's
that you
guaranteed.
put into, whether
Don't
or not
try it
you
out.
are maintaining
Don't
that
try it
amount of exercise, you're going to gain that amount of weight if you are
I
consuming that amount.
guarantee you,
It is a
everything
reflection of what
staying
you
constant,
provide, whether that's
everything else
vitamins,
staying
whether
constant.
that's
So
actual
don't
food,
put
it's
exercise in the
that
equation and
produce
shit.
energy that you
Everything staying constant. If you took the same fucking food you're eating every day and you packed that
The
into
only
a
thing that's
tiny
staying
ass
constant
window,
is you starving yourself.
you will lose weight like crazy.
That's the only thing that's constant right now is what you're preaching. There's a difference between fasting and there's a difference between encouraging somebody to be anorexic. And that's what you're doing. You're jeopardizing people's mental health.
So that anorexic argument. That anorexic argument is a crock of shit. Because for one,
no, it is
I
not
know a lot of people.
It is
I know a
a
lot
very
of
valid
people,
argument.
and I don't know
It is
one
something that
person
is
who's actually
medically
died of anorexia. You know how many people I know that die of obesity? Like about 30 fucking million a year.
People die of obesity and people die of anorexia. People die walking down the street. That still doesn't validate your argument.
What I'm saying is that I actually have helped girls beat anorexia with fasting because they're not fasting. They're still food addicts. You see, when they eat, they fucking end up binging on a bunch of shit. See, this is all about self-development and discipline. And that's what I teach. Like, just like the fat people are food addicts. The anorexia people are food addicts just the same. And you know what's actually funny? These are all first world fucking problems. Because you know how you cure anorexia? You throw that anorexic out in the fucking bush for 2 days, and then they don't have easy access to food because we're too rich and we got all this food. And I guarantee they'll eat the asshole out of a deer fucking in like a day because all of a sudden it doesn't matter when the fucking world hits them.
All right, man. We'll leave. We got Miguel in Denver. Miguel, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Rude?
Go ahead,
Love
man.
your show, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks.
I'm type 2 diabetic.
Right?
I'm type 2 diabetic. They actually call me type 3 diabetic because mine's caused from alcoholism. I had half my pancreas removed along with my spleen and my gallbladder. But I'm here to back him up. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name in the beginning.
Man, just get to it.
What was your name?
Just get to it.
All right. Well, all right. I've lost 75 pounds fasting along the way, and it's benefited me so much. I can't even begin to say I lost so much weight.
All right.
I actually have a video on YouTube, and it's called How to Cure Type 2 Diabetes, and I actually have a full-on testimonial with the girl, with the paperwork and everything. And I coached her, and we beat it. And, like, basically she had diabetes, and then there's no diabetes.
All right, Cole Robinson.
Like diabetes.
Cole, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on. You can hit him up on Twitter for questions or to tell him to fuck off at Snake Diet on Twitter at snakediet.com. You are not a doctor, but you have your own theories, and I'm seeing results with a bunch of your people with the before and after pictures. They look pretty fucking impressive. Cole, thanks for calling up.
You're welcome.
Taking the heat, standing in the pocket, and
I love haters. That's how I got here.
There you go. Any messages to the fat people listening?
Yeah, basically, if they're interested in even starting this, like, check out the YouTube channel. Pretty much the idiot-proof way to start it is you get some potassium chloride, get some sodium chloride, mix up some snake juice, and fucking stop fucking eating.
There it is. That was Cole. Thanks, Cole. That's Cole Robinson, y'all. Snake diet.